Well, this here is my maybe about 2 months I've had this, month or 2 months. I saw this come up on a Craigslist. It's a Kampkook stove. I really didn't know anything about them. I mainly like Coleman stoves, old Coleman stoves, but I saw this one and it looked kind of weird, so I was like, very fair price. So, and when I went there, he had another stove, and the man explained to me that he sold stoves from, or sold these stoves from an estate sale. He knew nothing about them, didn't know if it worked. And this one, an apprentice waiver that I got from him, $5 a piece, and he did not know if they ran. This one did not. I was talking to somebody on a forum, and they helped me out with the pump part. Thank you so much. And I was able to get this one to start. The tank, I had to take this whole valve stem assembly out of the tank by grabbing it here on my vise and reversing it around. It broke free counterclockwise, and because this tank sounded like I had sand in it, I could turn it back and forth and it would make a rain stick kind of a sound. So pulled this, replaced the gasket here, and I put a denatured alcohol inside of it and kind of swished it around with this out, and then let the debris wash out the other side, and did that once or twice, then sprayed it with carb cleaner, everything I could, and then finally just let it air out for a day or two and then reassembled. So the inside had this, which was an original manual plus a mail-in card, and I'm gonna leave it because it's kind of cool. It's all screwed up, from use. But I hate to say it, but it's a really, really good stove. The quality is better, in my opinion, than a lot of the Colemans. Is the rounded corners and things, they look more like stamped steel out of the Coleman stuff. But I know there's Coleman people out there that shoot me for saying that. But anyway, I'm trying to do this with the wrong hand, so I'm left-handed. I did not get that jacked in correctly, so making sure that I'm seated in all places. This tank has about 60 pumps in it. You unscrew this here. I don't have any leaks coming out of it, and about 60 pumps, to which this one has. I also extended the second burner so that this one is closed. So I'm testing that just to make sure before I light this thing. So it used to throw fireballs, and now it doesn't. But I've kind of come through my own lighting procedure, and looking at YouTube, there's like maybe 5 videos of these AGM stoves out there, and nobody shows anything to like how to like really start them or anything. So you see videos where they're just kind of like burning, but I'm going to show you how this one lights, and this one's real weird. So this knob here allows oxygen from the tank, and it's like the little flipping up and down valve on the Coleman. So that this one, you open it up and you close it to shut it off. So all that does is when you open it up, it allows, with the fuel sitting down here, it allows air to mix with the fuel to be able to aerate, to be able to burn it. Once the burner has heated up this monstrous generator, which is meant for regular gasoline, my understanding is you shut this off, which cuts off the oxygen, and then it should just run on pure fuel. So you open this, and if you listen, nothing will happen. Opening, nothing happens, because I haven't opened up the fuel yet. So you got a torch standing by. Second thing is it takes some time for the fuel to travel all the way down the line, go through here, and then make it around to get to the burner. So this stove makes a distinctive sound. It hisses and then it gurgles when it's ready to light. So first things first, I open this only about a quarter of a turn, and then here I'm using the top of this valve, and I open it up 3 turns. That's 1, 2, 3. So it sounds like it's gurgling, but it's not it yet. it's going to make a distinctive sound. That's almost it. Just smell fuel air, still won't light. It takes about 30 seconds actually. Not doing any adjustments here, just waiting for the sound. And at this point, I started to think something was wrong. Nope, takes this long every time. So there it is. So this is running Coleman white gas. I'm not turning this, I'm getting ready to. But it's got to warm up this monstrous generator. I may adjust it down just a little bit. Just a touch. Okay. In my opinion, warm enough. So now I'm going to close off the oxygen. So now it's just running pure fuel. You can actually hear it boiling, the fuel. A little bit. This valve also has a stop, so you can actually wind it all the way out. Sometimes it flares about halfway. Not completely warm yet, but who would cook at that temperature? So this is closed, so I'm opening it up about a few notches, just to, there, get a nice, maybe full half turn or 3/4 of a turn for this stove to get this flame height. And flaring. I'm gonna open up this secondary now. And I just had this barely open for demonstration purposes only. This is turned counterclockwise back here. Secondary burner. You really crank this one. This is the knob is all the way turned out. So I'm going to go ahead and crank this back down. So I'm going to go ahead and shut this valve down. Secondary burner. And now, I mean, I could add some air pressure, but it's got plenty of pressure. It does that about halfway through, and I find if I let it run for a few seconds with it completely wide open, it eliminates that when I get to the halfway mark, that little bit of flare. But I suspect that there's something inside that it still just needs to be kind of burned out. This still had gasoline in it when I got it, and it reeked. It was already kind of chemically separating, and everything was covered in on a gasoline kind of a gum. So this has been like the biggest project I've had for one of these stoves. But it has grown on me. It really has. I've enjoyed it. I like the whole fussiness of it. I like the big tank. If I was ever at a campsite again, I think somebody would take off with this thing because it looks kind of cool. It's like an electric greenish blue. But that's the, this valve is off. If your stove ends up doing this, don't worry. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just burning out what's left in the generator tube. But things I did. I got rid of all the rust inside the tank by kind of rinsing it out and then putting some BBs and things in there and getting those out, putting in the denatured alcohol and spraying it out with a carburetor cleaner, clean the valve stem, all that kind of thing, and then just wiped everything down on the inside. I kind of like the beat up look to it, but nothing's rusting through and everything operates and nothing's bent. So so that's AGM Kampkook. I have no idea what year it is. I believe around in the mid 50s. Kampkook LCS-41. Thanks for watching.